In today's initial assessment, we're going to talk about Farmer Brown Goes to Town. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is the story of Jack and Luke and Daisy, and it's called Everything Dead and Dying, issue 1 from Image Comics by Tate, Brombal, and Jacob Phillips as the artist. And you get to see this farmer's world that Tate, Brombal, and Jacob Phillips build together. And this farmer is named Jack. And he loves to see things grow, and he loves to take care of things. And that's really what the semblance, that's really the essence of what a farmer is to tend the earth, to tend his crops, to tend his family, to tend the vehicles and the mechanisms and, the tractors, combines. All of these things come together, making sure his plants are watered. A lot more goes into farming than just going out and milking the cows at 4 a.m. and coming back inside. It's an all day, everyday type of thing. It's hard labor. But what we're going to study about here is that it's a man who's lost everything. He's kind of the last man left in existence after some sort of plague has come upon his little small town in Canada. But here, he remembers the good times, and he remembers his daughter, and he remembers this ducky that she loved so very much. And he says, "Remind me, what does a duck say?" And she says, "Quack, quack, quack." There's an innocence in this world that he's living in. But then you get to see the stark reality of things. He's dreaming. He's in an hallucination. And he says it always starts the same every single day. And Daisy says, "Daddy, your pancakes are getting cold." And Luke tells Jack, "Eat up." Let's see, what did he say? "When I was 5, my father found the highest hill in town and showed me the view, as if he had something to prove. Told me that the view was the entire effing world, dirty mouth and everything. I believed him, thought the earth was all forest and farmland and this little town was the sum of civilization. Then my mother took me to the big city, and I damn near had a panic attack. But my father wasn't lying, not really, not in the cruel kind of lie anyway. To a man like him, what else was there? Just forest and farmland. He's long dead now. I can't say I grieved him. The man disowned me as a son, if such things even possible, so I built my house upon his view and made it mine. Then he left me his farm and his will on the other side of the world." So, this is a big, thick book. And you get to see this world. This world is built up into something real. We're living in a country. We're living in a house now that my papa built back in 1955 and got added on to in the 70s and got added on to again in the 90s to make it a sizable home. Notice I said home because that's what it feels like. It's an old country house, but it's home. And here, this is what Jack is trying to continue after his massive, massive loss, is he's trying to continue having a home with the one that he loves and with his daughter. So it's not just a story about the dead. It's the story about the living, very much like The Walking Dead. So everything dead and dying. Jack is the only thing still alive. Everything else has already died due to this plague. And you get to see just how hard that it is on him, the toll that it takes on him. A lot of people don't understand, and don't mistake me, ladies. if there's any women watching this video. Don't mistake me. Your jobs are very important. They're just as important as anything that we do. But depending on some men's jobs, they don't understand how much weight is being put upon that person each and every day. How heavy that burden is to bear. If you're a farmer, a real farmer, and you have 250, 300, 400 acres of crops, and they get destroyed or burned up, ending yourself is never the answer. But I can understand where they're coming from with that thought. How are you supposed to provide for your family? How are you supposed to take care of the things that need taken care of? So always be kind, because you don't know the battle that somebody else might be fighting. It might be like old Jack here. And Jack is just trying to hold on to a semblance of life, a semblance of normality that I'm not even sure that he understands whether it's there or not anymore. He just goes about his same day each and every day, but now he's starting to see things that he was refusing to see. He woke up and Daisy wasn't there. He finds both of them. He says, okay, everything's back on track. Let's get you seated. And then he hears the door, and it's Stewie the milkman, or the mailman. And he says, you're too early. And about that time, a shot rang out. And he says, it always starts the same until it doesn't. Then what? Guys, this was an excellent book. If it stays just as strong as it is now, I see no reason why this book can't go 50, 60, 70 issues. Characterization is thick and heavy and well thought through. These characters, they had lives. And one still does, and he's trying to maintain that sanity, maintain his grip on life as best he can. So guys, if you get a chance, if you didn't put this on your pull list this week, go back and get Everything is Dead and Dying, issue 1 by Image Comics. You won't be disappointed. And in my initial assessment, I would say that everybody needs a dose of this story to understand the responsibilities that some people, not even just men, some people have in this world of holding everything and everybody else together. So never take your friends for granted. Never hurt them. Always protect them, just as they seek to protect you. And if you find somebody here like Jack who's willing to step out on a limb for you, don't ever take that for granted. Thanks for joining me, guys and ladies. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great weekend.